slowed down on my purchases. I didn't buy for almost 4 months, 4 to 5 months. I didn't buy anything at all. Then I started buying one by one, and now I'm getting back to the volume again, looking to buy 3 to 5 to 8 properties a month.
You're listening to the AZREIA Show. If you're looking for quality real estate investing information that you can trust, you've found it. Stay tuned and join the tens of thousands of members that have already benefited from AZREIA, your home for education, market information, support, and networking opportunities that will advance your real estate investing career.
Hello, Arizona. Welcome to another episode of the AZREIA Show. We are thankful and grateful that you're here with us on today. We have an excellent podcast today with one of our business associates. And business associates are people through AZREIA that has been vetted, qualified, and that we trust to provide excellent service to you as our members. So today, I'm your host, Marcus Maloney, and then we have our co-host and executive director, Mike Del Prete.
Hello, hello.
And we have Sina Sabeti on today, who has a construction background, but he's an overall investor, right? He's done fix and flips, Airbnbs. Again, he's a business associate. So if you want somebody, right, because when we always come to the monthly meetings or to prep, it's always like, hey, I need a quality construction person to help me, turn over this rental or to do my fix and flip. Now you know exactly who to turn to, Sina. So Sina, man, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. Good. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys.
Yes. So give us a little bit of background about you and your company, Sina, for those who may be inquiring about a good, construction or rehab person that they need help doing their deals. How long have you been in construction? Kind of give us your background about construction and investing in general.
Sure. So I grew up in construction pretty much because my father was a builder. So I remember I was 5 years old helping him out on the job site, and then I was 6, 7 years old changing outlets and switches.
That's good.
Yeah, but here in United States, I started about 12 years ago as a handyman. Started the business, got more clients, and then grew the business through the word of mouth, and then got into real estate and started doing a lot of wholesales. Then I thought maybe now is the time to start purchasing the properties rather than wholesaling, doing a fix and flip. I did quite a lot of that. Then grew up the real estate brokerage and the mortgage brokerage, and my wife got graduated through the ASU as an architect. So we started our own architecture firm as well, and we're pretty much our one-stop shop service for real estate and construction now.
Wow. So you guys cover the gambit, right? You can not only do the plans and the blueprints, but you can build it, manage it, everything like that. So that's excellent. And finance it, right?
And this is an inside joke for me and Sina, but I went to his office and he's has a psychologist at his office. So if things ain't going well, you got someone to talk to.
Right. You have a terrible fix and flip and you need help, go to Sina. He'll take care of you. So Sina, kind of tell us, man, what is your true area of expertise when it comes to real estate and real estate construction? What is it that wakes you up in the morning and gets you going when it comes to real estate investing?
Well, two things. My brain is double-sided. I love creativity, which puts me in the construction because I daily see what I'm building, what I create, and what differences I make. And I like math on the other side of my brain mindset, which helps me in the deals, making deals, working with numbers, and making them creatively work. That's what I really like. So
you got a big brain.
Well, I would say creative brain.
Okay. So you like the math, you like the analytical side of it, and you like the creative side of it, and putting those two together, marrying those two together is actually great for real estate investing. So being over here in the States and everything like that, tell us about, you said you got started with wholesale deals and things of that nature. Kind of tell us that start. Why did you start there, as far as wholesaling when it comes into real estate investing?
Well, when I got to real estate side, I started as a real estate agent. One day I had a client that was looking at a property, and I showed them the property. The property was really beaten up, and it was $51,000, a single family home. So I told them, this looks a good deal. Let's make an offer. And they had cash already. They were gonna buy it cash. And I said, you have the cash, let's leverage it towards the negotiation. Let's get a good deal. We can help you with the remodel, and it will become a really nice house that you would otherwise pay 90, $100,000 for it, but it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
end up costing you at 65 or 70. So just because it was ugly looking house, they didn't get it. And I hated to lose that deal. I kept thinking in my mind, what can I do? What can I do? And I said, you know what, let's make an offer on it. And if it goes through, I'll buy it and I'll do the fix and flip. So back then I didn't know anything about wholesaling. I got it under contract, luckily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as I was talking to a few other realtors, I got the idea that probably I could maybe wholesale it. So I started networking with people, and that's pretty much how I ended up with AZREIA and met other people as well. I couldn't get that deal done. It canceled out because I didn't have enough time to go through that, finding a buyer and all that. But the idea started from there organically, and I
Okay.
love that it happened to me. I made tons of money afterwards.
Well, and you know what's important there, right, Cena, is because first of all, you took the risk. You said, "Hey, you know what? Let's take this thing down and let's contract it, see if we can move it on." And you wasn't able to. You canceled it, but you went through that process. And guess what? You didn't give up because you said from that you learned and you made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars after that. So you guys listening, it's just going through the process sometimes. You'll get that aha moment and then you'll say, okay, that deal didn't work out, but I learned so much to where the next deal, I'm sure I'll make it work.
Right.
So tell us about the next deal that you were able to close and get it done.
Well, it's been quite long now.
Yep.
I actually had another client that I used to represent at the Trusty Sales, and I got him three deals from Trust. He
Mm,
would do the fix and flip, and I would relist it for him. And pretty much from there, I started kind of getting more encouraged to do more of those on my own. It was hard at the beginning. I completely agree with that, but it was well worth it.
So you so
okay.
you so you did some wholesaling in the beginning. Now, are you an agent as well?
I'm a broker. I have 28 agents in my brokerage now.
So you got the brokerage. Okay, so but you started by going down to the auction, making offers, or was your clients going to the auction, then you list the deals?
No, I was representing them at the auction.
Got it.
I would give them a list of properties. I would drive by on them on Monday because the trustee sale was on Tuesday. So
Tuesday.
I would drive by, try to take a peek from the window, look at the inside, kind of have a guesstimate from the outside look of the property on what we are getting ourselves into. And I would meet the client at the trustee sale. As the properties would come up, I would tell him, this is the ARV, this is how much I think you're gonna have cost to repair the house, and what number we should stop bidding at. It was a very competitive market back then. All these hedge funds were coming in and buying the properties at like 85%, 90% of ARV. But here and there were some deals that we could still pick up on.
Got it.
Okay.
So you went from, so you say you're hands off with wholesaling. Now you're representing some clients. So you got obviously a wide perspective of all different types of real estate. So when did you decide to take the property down on your own?
Well, that's a good question. Back in 2019, I started doing the actual fix and flip myself.
Okay.
Because that's when my wife decided to go to architecture school, and I started holding up on the properties so we could start doing all those constructions and have her get involved to have experience, hands-on experience on construction and architecture side.
Got it. So
Okay.
2019, you started, if I remember correctly, you didn't just buy one house.
No, I've flipped over 100 properties.
Yeah. I
Last
remember you'd come to like the Phoenix Real Estate Club and you'd be like, hey, I just bought 8 houses. So obviously, that's a lot to take on. So were you, I'm assuming was the construction company in play renovating those properties?
Yes, it was my own construction company and my own team. I've had the team beforehand since like 9 years ago,
Mhm.
but I didn't have the construction license. I've been using other people's license. But back in 2019, I got my general contractor's license. Uh, and by the way, about a year ago, I got my plumbing license as well. And
You're all around, man.
we are getting more licenses coming in.
So, what are you seeing right now in your business, Sina, when it comes to let's start with the brokerage side of it first. What are you seeing out there in the market? Because, everybody's screaming doom and gloom and everything like that. But from your perspective, what are you seeing?
Well, what I see is everybody is crying about interest rate.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's a nonsense. I understand some people might have concern about the interest rate, but when the interest rate goes up, the property values haven't gone up and haven't decreased. It was a small percentage of decrease about 7, 8 months ago, but it didn't drop 20%, 25%. So the values are there. The rentals have actually gone up recently, right, Mike?
The monthly rents,
Yes.
they have gone up, but I would actually say they're probably leveling off right now.
Yeah, flat.
There you go. So whoever is renting, their cost is not changing.
Hmm.
They have to pay the living expenses anyways. It would still probably be the same if they buy rather than renting on the monthly cost. But what
Hmm.
they don't understand and what they are missing big time now is this is the time to leverage being a buyer.
Okay.
You could get into a transaction, buy a good deal. Even though the interest rate is high, you could refinance it later on when the interest rate goes down. It's not gonna stay high all the times. It's gonna go down.
Got it. So yeah, good point there because one, here in Phoenix, there's more listings hitting the market. With the
Yep.
high interest rates, people are on the sidelines. So what ultimately causes maybe some price reductions or some better buys. And for the time of this recording, we're going into this seasonality, right? So there's a
Hmm.
couple different factors. It sounds like we might be in a position where we could probably snag up some good deals.
Exactly. Exactly. The only thing I have personally changed is beforehand, before these market changes, I used to buy properties at about 5 to 8, $900,000,
Mhm.
and the ARVs would be 1 million to 1,500,000. But now I'm buying properties at about 280 to 350, and the ARV is 5 to 600,000 max.
Why,
I,
why, why so? Why,
what
why
was
did
that?
you switch? Why did you switch?
Because of the interest rate.
Got it.
Even though the interest
Hmm.
rate is high now, there are still people that are available. I mean, they are capable to
Right.
qualify for the loan and purchase. But when it comes to properties over 800, $900,000, then it gets a little bit tricky. And not a
Yeah.
lot of people qualify anymore. They had a hard time qualifying already, but with the interest rate, the cost, monthly cost is
Hmm.
way higher than what it used to be. And people don't like to see the numbers. So, but on the cheaper side, if they want to buy a house, then they have no other option. And there is not enough listings out there, anyways, in that price range. So we are still in a safe position.
Okay. Yeah, because it's a big difference, from 290 to $350,000 at 7.5%, 7% interest rate, putting your note at, let's just say, $3,500 a month, roughly, versus you in that eight to $900,000 where your note is 7 grand a month, $8,500 a month when you start adding up additional expenses. So that was a smart move, for you to start looking at, hey, let me go into the lower level tier properties. I'm sure it's probably a little bit more difficult to find those properties, but you uncover every stone, and then you have all of your agents out there looking for properties. You can find deals. There's still deals out there.
Right.
So
Yes.
Yep.
so Marcus asked you, what are you seeing from the lens of a broker? So what about as a contractor?
Yep.
Let's talk about, is business slowing down, picking up, steady? What are you seeing on the contracting side?
Well, on the contractor side, for me, business is not slowing down. I always have a strategies to increase the business and volume. But in the construction world, there is some changes coming up. There is some jobs that are to be lost because these major contractors or major developers that used to build up subdivisions, they stopped purchasing since last year. They had some projects that they have been in the process already in the construction, so they wouldn't stop, they would continue building them, but those are almost getting done now,
Mhm.
and they're not gonna have more projects going on for a while now. So all those subcontractors and smaller companies that used to be fed the business from these bigger developers, they don't have that business anymore. And
Ah,
I keep seeing more and more people applying for job to my company because they don't have a steady business anymore.
Hmm.
so we're gonna get a better, probably a potentially better quality work, or there's gonna be
Absolutely.
handyman contractors looking for more work, which the work may or may not be there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Interesting. I like that.
Mm.
Well, it's good for me because I've been begging people to come and work for me, and I
Yeah.
had really hard time. Now it's getting to a point where they beg me for a steady job.
Hmm.
Good to
Yeah.
hear.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you're in a good position. Good position. So we talked about as a broker, as a contractor. As far as your investment strategy right now, Sina, have you pivoted? I know you talked about going to a lower price point when it comes to like fix and flips. Is there anything else that you've done in your business during this season?
Not really. For a while, I slowed down on my purchases. I didn't buy for almost 4 months, 4 to 5 months.
Okay.
I didn't buy anything at all. Then I started buying one by one. And now I'm getting back to the volume again, looking to buy 3 to 5 to 8 properties a month.
Okay. So guess what, guys? If you're out there and you're wholesaling, we just gave you a buyer, right? That's looking for 3 to 4 deals a month. So you need to reach out to Sina and add him to your buyers list so Sina can get some deals and you can make some money, as far as wholesale transactions.
Yeah, or he's at the monthly meeting, second Monday of the month. He's got a booth. Pull up that coffee mug. He's got about 100 coffee mugs. We come fill them up. Awesome, man. So I know. So you got construction. So what about like on the construction side? Is there like there's a lot of talk last year about material costs. Are those still going up? Are they going down? How's that work out?
Well, somehow the lumber cost went down a little bit, but the rest of the materials, I don't see too much changes on them. What I see is a change in availability, not the price, but availability. Last year or 2 years ago, you would order a top and it would come after 6 months. But now you have different options. If that top is not there, another supplier has the identical top. You don't have the lack of supply now, but the prices are the same.
Interesting. Okay. And do you go to like the outlet places around town, or like for your slabs and your tile, or do you
I
go?
have my own showroom. I supply them.
Don't
Yes.
you know by now, Mike, that Sina has everything in-house?
I own the mountain. Where
Right.
the marble is at.
So
You
we do
need
have
lumber, I have a forest.
so we do have a showroom in West Phoenix. We sell flooring, we sell backsplashes, countertops, cabinets, landscaping products, and windows, sliders, interior and exterior doors. Pretty much an investor or a designer or an architect can come into our showroom and pick up all the finished products they need in 1 to 2 hours max.
Where's the showroom?
It's 2265 West Desert Cove Avenue, number 2.
West
Okay.
Desert Cove. So that's like, is that
23rd Avenue and Peoria.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no.
Oh, so our members could just walk in 9 to 5 kind of thing, or set an appointment.
For now, he's setting appointment, but about mid to end of November, it will be walk-in open.
Really awesome. Well, we got to do something where we probably should do like a walkthrough or something, right? When you're ready, like just interview you and just walk through everything you have to offer. That'd be great.
Sure, I would love to.
So perfect, man. So are we missing anything? So we talked about wholesaling, brokerage, construction, your own investment strategies, your showroom, man, you got a lot going on, man. Yeah. I saw your office. So you have a lot of people in there. So obviously you have the team to support all these businesses, man. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So let's do this. So what else we got? I feel like I'm missing something. What are we missing? What else did we talk about? We wanted to talk about lending. You do some lending?
If I'm allowed to, why not?
Yep. Because the gentleman I remember meeting a gentleman in your office. We had a good conversation. So are you guys doing like hard money, or is it just kind of like?
Yes. So we do qualified mortgages, FHA, VA, conventional. We have non-qualified mortgages, DSCRs. We also have hard money lending, which is partially my own funds that I personally do hard money lending on. So we're very flexible. I'm not an institutional investor that would be hard on criterias and reject most of the deals just because it doesn't fit my criteria. As a standpoint of an investor, I understand different aspects of it. So if a deal is making sense, I'm gonna lend on it.
And when it comes to the construction, lending, and everything, is everything just Phoenix based, statewide, or where are your locations?
Pretty much, I like to stay within Maricopa County for now.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I mean, that sounds great. I mean, because you're a one-stop shop, right? So somebody finds a deal, they can come to you, Sina, and get lending for it. Then they can come to you and say, hey, I need your team to do the rehab for me. And then once it's done, you can say, hey, Sina, I need one of your agents to list the property for me. And you can go to the showroom and get all of the supplies. So it's like, where else do you need to go?
And we have our own title company as well. So when we list and
Yeah, yeah.
sell, we
Might as
give
well
them
have a
good
title
rate
company.
through title as well.
Right. Might as well have a
Don't let
title
the
company.
business go out.
That's amazing.
That's
True.
smart though. That
Yeah.
Hey, can we come to you, Sina, for water? Like the water issue here in Maricopa County? You got everything else, man. You might as well have water.
I own the
Anything
Pacific
else?
Ocean.
Right.
Love it.
All right, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. So you gave us your showroom location. Is that what's your location for your brokerage and your construction company? I know people can find it on
It is
AZREIA.org,
it is
but
on
go ahead.
Thunderbird and Scottsdale Road, 13951 North Scottsdale Road, suite number 211.
Okay. And then how can we find you? Give us your telephone number, give us your Instagram, Facebook, whatever you got.
Yeah, so just search for Nixie. My logo will be everywhere. For the AZREIA members, they could contact me directly to my cell phone, 480-648-7442. I would love to be available to them and help them out. We'll grow the business together.
Awesome. And is there any incentives? I don't know it off the top of my head. Usually business associates say, hey, if you're an AZREIA member, we do this if you use our services. Like maybe, I don't know if you have any promotions or anything.
We don't have a promotion going on right now, but because of you, I'll give 20% off on architecture services. I will give everybody unlimited best rates on title services. So whatever company they are going through, if they could get us the rates, we'll beat those rates at all time for them. On the construction side of it, I'll be happy to give them free advice if they have critical moments in their project and they don't want to use a licensed contractor, they want to do it themselves, but they don't know what to do at that given moment. I'll be happy to give them advice because at the end of the day, I like them to succeed and make the money. On the real estate side and mortgage, we'll give them discount as well based on whatever the scenario is. We'll have to meet one-on-one, see what we can help them with.
Appreciate
All
that.
right. So thank you, Sina. So you guys know exactly what to do. Sina got everything for you, plus the discounts for being an AZREIA member. So if you're not an AZREIA member, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just go over to go over to AZREIA.org. That's AZREIA.org. Become a member. It's I think what's the basic price is what, $129, Mike?
$125 for basic, $249 for plus.
So $125 will get you in the door and you can get all of the benefits. So thank you again for being loyal listeners. Sina, thank you so much, man, for providing the value and letting people know what you have to offer. Let me and Mike know how we're doing on our podcast. Go over to Apple Podcasts or go over to the Google Store and give us a 5-star review. This way, our podcast can rise up the rankings and more investors around the Western Seaboard can know exactly what AZREIA has to offer. And then remember, every second Monday of the month is our monthly meeting. Come and join us, be a member, or come as a guest. And our whole purpose is we want to empower investors one property at a time. And with the help of Sina and our other business associates, we can definitely help you with that. So thank you so much for being loyal listeners. Thank you, Sina, for being an excellent guest.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap.
I appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the AZREIA Show with your hosts, Marcus Maloney and Mike Prete. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you found this information valuable, head over to AZREIA.org and learn more about our community.